Hi, I'm Louise from Emotional Detox. Today, I just want to share with you what I think a lot of people stumble and fall over themselves with, and that is just starting a project. You know, something that's probably been sitting on your back burner in your mind for years and years, something that you really want to do, whether it's a project or a task or change a career, it doesn't really matter. I think we can get really blocked up before we even start something. And I know at the beginning of the year, I'd have this vision for this painting that I'd had since I was a child, really, and I wanted to paint it. And so I sort of sketched it one day, and it took all of a day to do. And I realised, like, oh my goodness, this is going to take an awfully long time. And of course, sure enough, when I got painting, it was really obvious to me that this was going to take, months. And, there are times when I made mistakes and I kind of backtracked and thought, oh, I'm just about to abandon this and tear it up. And I just stopped myself. And I kind of made something of the mistakes. And actually I found it was really exciting because I could see when I was working with the colour, with the mistakes, that actually different colours would arise out of it that I'd never seen or sort of anticipated putting on the page before, and I used them. And the outcome of it is that, I started to really like the process, and I was very gentle with myself, really, each day, even if I just did a little tiny section of it, I'd see that was progress and not get caught up in, how perfect it looked at that point. So I know that we get really caught up when we look at the bigger picture and we see that we get caught up and stopped by the enormity and the size of things, and it just feels pretty overwhelming. But I think it all comes from, growing up, specifically my generation, but all of us, are really caught up with this, it's just the pressure of being judged, and most of the judgment that occurs when we start a project is our own. The idea that we've got to have a clear idea of something and how it's going to pan out is just actually ridiculous, because the creative process, if it's organic, can roll itself out. In other words, the steps ahead of you can make themselves apparent as you go along. And in a way, we kind of have to teach ourselves this. But nevertheless, I think there is this perfection limitation that is a real blocker to just actually starting, and it has to be overcome. And the way I've done it is just let go of thinking that there will be no mistakes, and just look at nature, really. If you look out there, you see that it can look pretty chaotic and messy, but in its own way it has its perfection because of the nitrogen cycle. Something lives, something dies, and it drops back into the earth, and that becomes the fertile ground and manure as such for the next stage and recreation of the next round of growth of a plant, even if it's in wild. So I think, and nature's messy with animals, it's messy for all of us. The process of something can be really, really enjoyed if we just allow ourselves to drop in to it without all the inhibitions and just get really creative with ourselves and with life and coach ourselves along. And so I just wanted to share that with you, because I'm certainly not alone, and I'm just about to start another big project. Well, I have started, and I've kind of woken up pretty overwhelmed at the size of the task. And, am I up for it? Am I going to be able to do this? Have I got what it takes? And, the reality is I won't know until I've really got myself into it and out the other side of it. And I really believe that actually we don't take on what is not possible for us. Obviously, at some level, I think I can do it. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to grit my teeth and move through all the inhibitions and keep stepping forward. And just, this idea of a perfection as coming from this shadow aspect of us, where we have a judgmental inner parent or some aspect of God wanting perfection from us all the time. And quite honestly, I think it's bollocks. And we've got to kind of push that aside in order to step forward and allow ourselves gently to make our mistakes, because it's part of life and it's completely okay. So that's me for now. I hope that's helpful. I'm sharing, because I'm about to start myself on something. And if you're interested in what I'm saying and this sort of way that I communicate, sometimes a bit irreverently, is that you can find me on Facebook. So my Facebook page is Emotional Detox, and the logo is a yellow dandelions because they're detox flowers. And my website is www.emotional-detox.com. So please leave your comments there, and anything else that you'd be interested to hear about. You can go on the website and sort of search around. If that anything there is something that you want to talk about with me, you can give me a call or give me your Skype details and set up a free 15-minute consultation where we can explore what it is that you would be interested in going forward with and having some help. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for listening. It's Louise Smart from Emotional Detox. Bye.